My name is Nathaniel. I'm from the company Please Sign. As you all know now, we're the Luxembourg based e signature company. Today, we just thought very briefly we would go through how to sign a document. And it is going to be, as you saw on the event name, sign a document in seconds. So, to join us today, I thank you very much for that. To begin with, I will start by sharing my screen now from the Please Sign UI. I'll just share my screen. There's this Please Sign screen. So in Please Sign, we've gone with the idea of keeping everything as simple and easy as possible while giving you the important things that you need. So the security, as well as the speed, and pretty much everything else that you can possibly want when signing a document. But we've tried to keep it as simple as possible. So first of all, you just click on Send a Document. And you can either upload it from Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, or Box. We've got integrations with all of those providers. Or you just click on Browse Files. A little window will pop up. I just navigate to which document I would like to send today. That's this document. We're just going to do a test document that I created for the purpose, test signature document. Press Next. Now we can just pop in the first name of the person we want to send it to. And this is great, this system, because it will actually remember who we've sent it to in the past, and it will save their information. I'll pop my information in. Here we go. So now at this point, you can either add a recipient, you can add as many recipients as you want, and you can also control what that recipient does with the information. So here you have needs to sign. So that's obviously that person needs to sign the document. Or you have an in-person signer. That's a feature we programmed in there before COVID. That's generally something that wouldn't work at the moment. So basically what that means is that you would receive two requests for signature on one device. So person A would receive the request for signature on his device. Person B is with person A and is validated through the presence of that person. The last one here is really interesting. Receives a copy. Now, that is great for secretaries or administrators or things like that. People who don't need to sign the document, but who do need to receive a signed, completed document. Now, that's great because, again, not everybody needs to sign a document, but sometimes there's someone who always needs to receive the completed document. So if I click here to receive a copy, then the person who I assign that to will only receive a completed copy of the document. Now, we're just going to keep it simple today and just go with one. You can also do ordered signing, so I can control who signs first and who signs second and so forth. But again, we'll just keep it simple today. Here we are at the review page. So here is the document I uploaded. That's my document. Now all I have to do is drag and drop my signature box. So I want to sign here. And I would also like a long date here. And then let's put my full name here. So this will pre-fill with the information provided at the previous page. Now I have all sorts of different information that I can request or put in here. Full name, first name, just last name, the email address, the business the person works for, their address, just a plain text box, or also a checkbox to say they agree to something, even more than just a signature or things like that. But again, let's keep it simple. And here we are already at the review page. Now I can choose to save it to a certain folder here on Please Sign. Now that's great because I can also assign access groups to each of those folders. So that means then that I can have complete control as the administrator of this account over who has access to what documents within our instance of Please Sign as a company. So, for instance, I can have the managerial staff have access to everything, or not everything, depending on their department, or things like that. Or HR can have access to only HR documents, as examples. So, in today's example, we'll just pop it in the demo folder. We change the document title. demo signature. And as you can see, it also changes the wording here. So here is the email preview. So we can see what the email will look like to the person receiving the request for signature. And that document title will also change the subject line for the document. And here at the message to recipients, this is the message that will appear as we see here on the email. So I can just change that to good morning. Please see the document to sign. Here we go. And now all I have to do is press send document. It is literally as easy as that. So it just does a couple of checks in the background and then it completes it. Now, this is a great page right here. Now, this page will allow us to check up on where everything is in the signing process. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it's like an audit trail, but live. So here we have a really dumbed down, so to speak, version of the audit trail. So I can just see with a snapshot really quickly, here we are, where everything is. So I can see the time and date that the document was created. So at 9:11 a.m., I created this document in Please Sign. At 9:13 a.m., I sent this document with Please Sign. Now I can see that it's pending right now because the document has not yet been opened. Now here's the little audit trail, the audit log. Now that will give me a little bit more detail. Now what I'll do is I'll switch over to my other screen, which is where my email is. So here we are. I've received that document request for signature now. So this is just in the Gmail as a proxy now. So I can go ahead and click on review document. And here we go. So here's just the part. Now we can also brand this, or I should say, the user can brand this, and it takes literally 5 minutes. So you can change the color from up here to the color here, the color in the middle, the logo here, the wording. Pretty much everything can be edited and altered depending on your company or your style and your taste. So here we just say click to proceed. That's basically just agreeing to the fact that we're going to do a digital signature. That's just standard operating practice for any digital signature company. And here I have the opportunity as the signer now to be able to review the document, which you need to be able to do. And here I just click on please sign. Now I have a couple of options. I can either draw my signature here, or I can choose a signature which is generated for me by the software based off my name here. So that's if something once you want something to look pretty fancy or pretty neat, I can also upload my own signature. That works if perhaps you were using a previous, a different type of a digital signature provider, and you have a signature on file, and you just want to keep using that. You can upload that file here. Today, let's just draw a signature, make it nice and pretty there. I do okay. And then, yeah, as you can see, the signature, the visual signature, is already bound to the document. Now, a couple of things happen in the background when I say click to finish now. Here, okay, we say we're finished. That's great. But now there are a couple of things that happen. It gets sent back to the please sign servers, and we can actually see it happening here if I refresh this page. So as you can see, here's the timestamp. The document was in fact opened. And here, the document was agreed to. So that's when I clicked the button, click to proceed, which said, yes, I am happy to sign this document with a digital signature. And this is the timestamp then of when the document was actually completed. So here we have our audit log. Now this is quite a lot in depth here, explaining what has happened. So basically, it's saying here, the signature and other inputs have been stamped on the document. So that was me signing it after I clicked on submit. It's saying that now on the server, those inputs have been stamped into the document. I've completed the document. It has been completed by all recipients. I was the only recipient today. The master document has been downloaded and prepared for the final verification process. It verifies that all the data inputted is actually accurate. Then here, the master document has passed verification and a certificate of authenticity has been generated. And that certificate of authenticity, I'll show you in just a second. It basically shows the same information in a little bit more detail. And then here, the certificate of authenticity was sent for certification. You see, with Please Sign, not only do we provide you with a certificate of authenticity, which is your audit log, your court admissible audit trail, but we also certify that document. So we certify both the signed document and the audit log, which is really great and something that not a lot of digital signature providers actually do. So here we see the master signed document has in fact been sealed with a digital signing certificate. Now that has encrypted the document. Now, after this sealing with the digital certificate and the certification, it is impossible to alter that document without the original owner knowing about it. And then here we can see the signed and sealed copies of both the signed and sealed copies of those documents have been sent to the recipient, which was my email here at the Please Sign demo, but it has also been sent to the original sender. That way, everybody always has access to the documents that they sent and that they signed. Now, let's go ahead and see that. Just head back now. All right. Let's go back into our Gmail inbox. Here we can see the completed document. So it says here, document is completed. I can click on the download button, or I can also just scroll down here. So here is the signed and completed document. Let's open that in Adobe PDF. We'll get a much deeper understanding of the document if we do that. So here is the document that we have signed today. And as you can see, if we look down here, here's the information. So again, here's the date that was automatically pre-filled. I didn't have to do anything as the signer. Here's my name. I didn't have to do anything as the signer. And here is also the certified document ID number. Now this can be changed. This prefix here can be changed according to your company's desires. However, this number remains the same. This is the certified number, the certified ID number for this document. Now, if you look at the very top here, this blue banner here, certified by Please Sign. Now, this is what gives you that confidence that this is a legally binding document if this was a contract between two people. It gives you the reason of why it was signed and certified. It gives you the location where our servers were, Sandweiler, Luxembourg. You can get more information on the certificate details. Back to here, if you click on the details on trust, and you can see here that this certificate is trusted to sign documents or data and to certify the documents. And many certificates are only good to sign documents or data, but we provide that document certification as well. So basically that blue banner there, when you see that and you see this little symbol here of the little stamp, you know that this document, the signatures in this document have been verified. It's been determined as true. So it really provides a great peace of mind for you as a company, for you as an individual sending a document to get signed. And this, in fact, is a court admissible document. Now, I'd also just like to show you briefly the other document that we get. This is the certificate of authenticity. So this certificate of authenticity, as you see at the top with the blue banner, is also certified. Now, this document is great because it provides a ton of information. So here it has the document identifier. So that's the document number we saw at the bottom of the document. That's also encrypted into the document. The document title, the message that was sent to the recipient. That's great for transparency to be able to prove that everything was in fact agreed upon. Here are all of the timestamps that we wanted to see, when the document was created, when it was sent, when it was completed, when it was certified, who sent the document. We have an individual recipient ID number, which we generate for each recipient that you send to, their email address. It was authorized by email. What was their IP address? What was the browser they were using? What was the timestamps that they dealt with there? They received it. When did they open it, agree upon it, things like this. And then here, the document events. This is that audit log that I explained a little bit beforehand about when everything was verified and things like that. So it really provides a real peace of mind because you can look at this document and if anybody was to ever question your signature or to say, hey, that's not my signature on your document, Well, this is a certified document that is, in fact, legal, and it is court admissible. And documents such as these have been submitted to court and held up. And in the EIDAS regulation, which is the European regulation that relates to the digital certificates and digital signatures here in the European Union, they state that just because a signature is in electronic format, it cannot be denied efficacy here in the EU. And in America, there's the e-sign Act, and all over the world, in most countries, there are those kinds of uh, regulations and laws that legalize digital signatures and really make them a great uh, way forward for companies, especially those companies who are trying to get more and more less reliant on paper. But thank you very much for joining us. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to comment them, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Or feel free, please, to message me on LinkedIn or email me. My email is all over the description. So either message me or give me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Who knows? Maybe you'll even see a question answered on another one of our lives. Well, once again, I'm Nathaniel from Please Sign, and if you have any questions about the Please Sign interface or how digital signatures can work for you, not necessarily just our platform, but if digital signatures would be a good fit for your company, please get in contact with me. Nathaniel from Please Sign, looking forward to seeing you on our next live. Have a great day.